With a history stretching back more than a century, Renault has created revolutionary designs and turned their automobile creations into international pop icons, enabling all of us to travel in style at an affordable price. But there are some cars that can't be bought at any price. And of course, these are the ones that tend to cause the biggest buzz.
C'est l'objet de mobilité le plus passionnant qui soit.
It's the supermodels of the car industry.
C'est la haute couture de l'automobile.
This is the story of Renault's ultimate spirit of innovation and style. This is the story of Renault's concept cars. The Principality of Monaco, home of glamour and playground of the super rich. Monte Carlo welcomes both fashionistas and sun-kissed terrace loungers, as well as those obsessed by everything four-wheeled. Today, over 40 exceptionally rare cars of timeless elegance have gathered in front of the world-famous Hôtel de Paris to attend the Louis Vuitton Classic Awards. La crème de la crème of the automobile world has been brought together to the great excitement of the public.
Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
But it's not only these vintage diamonds that are turning heads. Two rather unexpected guests have just arrived and are already creating quite a buzz.
Super belle.
J'achète.
Fière d'être française.
Renault's 2010 concept car Désir and the 2001 Talisman. These Renault concept cars from two different generations have been invited to this prestigious event to illustrate the greatest of craftsmanship and innovation, values that are close to Louis Vuitton's heart.
Louis Vuitton veut à tout prix porter un regard sur le futur aussi. Et donc les concept cars sont une manière de préparer l'avenir, de porter un regard sur le futur.
All around the world, concept cars have become an essential part of the automotive industry, and they are now the most popular guests at any motor show. Every car manufacturer is here to dazzle and amaze the public with their engineering and design acrobatics.
Concept is a way designers, manufacturers trail their coats in front of a public, and the motor shows nowadays give them the opportunity to do this. Just like the same way as the City of London has become a laboratory for architectural shape making, the motor shows have recently become laboratories for the auto designers' shape making, and indeed the discovery of new categories.
But it all comes at a cost.
Un concept car, c'est à peu près 1 million d'euros et ça implique peut-être une centaine de personnes parmi 500 personnes qui travaillent dans un bureau de recherche design.
An enormous investment for any car maker. But as journalists, designers and automotive experts know only too well, this is certainly not a waste of money.
It's an incentive for every car designer. You know, if you work for an exciting car company that lets you do whatever and they build your concept car, I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Un concept car, c'est le rêve absolu. C'est le plateau là où on se peut exprimer le plus librement.
Concept cars might be a contemporary idea, but looking into the future of mobility has been a human obsession that dates back centuries. But concept cars as we know them today only became a reality in the late 1930s, when General Motors design chief Harley Earl decided to try out some bold new automobile designs.
Harley Earl was the first person to realise that if you added visual interest to a motor car, it might possibly increase sales.
Another prime ingredient of sales leadership is design leadership, styling that builds eye appeal into the product.
By 1938, Harley Earl's first dream car, the Buick Y-Job, was unveiled to the public. A new genre of automotive art was born.
C'est une voiture extraordinaire, on la considère généralement comme le premier concept car. C'est un show car, c'est une voiture qui aujourd'hui dans un salon ferait toujours l'attraction. Elle a des toutes petites roues, elle a des roues de 13 pouces, qui à l'époque est rare, les voitures ont encore des grandes roues. Elle a des phares rétractables, elle a une ligne juste extraordinaire.
But despite its good looks, the Y-Job was far from being just a catwalk queen.
Ce qui est intéressant dans cette voiture, c'est que son créateur a roulé avec pendant des années. C'était pas juste une voiture de salon, c'est une voiture qui roulait, qui fonctionnait pour de vrai.
By the early 1950s, what started as a burgeoning segment of General Motors became an integral part of the business. And with the growing interest of the public in their innovation and dream cars, Harley Earl saw an opportunity to put on a show, the Motorama.
Motoramas were sort of travelling roadshows where they would display what we now call concept cars and just test the public's reaction.
Les concept cars qui étaient présentés sur les Motorama étaient ultra profilés et avaient presque des looks de fusée avec des réacteurs à l'arrière. Et c'est assez drôle parce qu'aujourd'hui, aucune voiture ne possède un réacteur.
Le grand public américain était attiré par cette présentation annuelle puisque elles étaient décrites comme étant une vision de l'avenir et tout le monde est intéressé à voir ce que sera demain. Et la mise en scène et la qualité de show, c'était tout aussi bien, voire mieux que Broadway. D'année en année, ça a été un succès colossal et vraiment absolument mythique, quoi.
While 50s America was falling head over heels in love with dream cars, France's automobile industry was still feeling the after effects of war.
On est dans une époque de reconstruction, donc on démarre avec le plan établi par M. Ponce. Renault a eu en charge de faire une toute petite voiture qui donc va être la 4 chevaux. Donc on est bien loin d'une grosse voiture qui fait rêver. Et les autres constructeurs français aussi. Il fallait faire un petit véhicule pour redémarrer l'industrie automobile.
Despite an initial period of uncertainty and poor sales due to the ravaged state of the French economy, the 4CV became the most popular car in France. Even if Renault stayed true to its vocation of creating small, popular cars, across the next decade, several design projects led to some futuristic and out-of-the-ordinary looking one-offs, such as Project 108, a luxury 6-seater saloon, and Project 900, a rather strange-looking taxi prototype. But one of Renault's later pieces of automotive art was not only capable of raising eyebrows through its futuristic looks, but also through its performance. The Shooting Star. Unveiled on the Montlhéry track in 1956, it was a meteoric success.
Une grande première mondiale. Le 22 juin, les représentants de la presse française et étrangère étaient conviés à faire connaissance avec l'étoile filante, voiture à turbine de la régie Renault.
Built around a powerful turbine and equipped with aircraft-style stabilizers, the car was able to reach a speed of 220 kilometers an hour without hesitation. Keen on developing the international image of Renault, Dreyfus, the new president, saw in the Streamliner an even greater potential. The Shooting Star was to attempt to break the world record in America.
L'étoile filante, pour son premier essai, se paya le luxe de battre avec 309 km à l'heure 4 records internationaux pour voitures à turbine toutes catégories.
Et c'est ainsi que Renault a gagné son pari et ça a été extraordinaire pour la notoriété de Renault. On en a parlé partout dans le monde.
Setting a world speed record that still stands, Renault's avant-gardist Speedster certainly turned heads. But Renault still needed to make cars that were practical and appealing to their customers. In 1961, witnessing changes in the tastes and aspirations of its clientele and willing to push the limits of automotive design, Renault created a new department.
On a recréé un vrai bureau d'études de style. À l'époque, on ne disait pas des designers, on disait des stylistes. Et donc, on a recréé un bureau de style chez Renault qui va aboutir à toutes les productions des années 60.
The R8 with its bold design and the R16, which revolutionized the sleepy world of family cars, both perfect examples of the brand's new daring style. But by the 1970s, Renault's creative enthusiasm was drastically curbed.
Well, like most other manufacturers, I mean, Renault had suffered in the 1970s from a lack of confidence brought about, by the oil shock. It was felt inopportune to express, ideas about, freedom, sex, and style in an age when we weren't sure where our next few litres of, gasoline were going to come from.
After a decade of declining sales, Renault's then chairman and CEO, Raymond Levy, recruited designer Patrick Lequémont in 1987 on a hunch that French design could re-energize the company.
Quand Patrick Lequémont arrive chez Renault, On va justement substituer le nom de style au nom de design. C'est-à-dire que le design devient le mot qui qualifie ce que va faire Patrick Lequémont avec ses équipes.
A matrix management was set up, cutting-edge technologies brought to the fore, and the workforce was doubled under his guidance. Now retired and described by his peers as one of the most preeminent designers in the world, Patrick Lequémont looks back at his exceptional 22-year-long career at Renault.
Dans toute cette période, les concept cars ont été un point haut que j'ai vraiment chéri. Quand nous avons commencé ce projet de concept car, il y avait une volonté d'introduire, de réintroduire l'enchantement par rapport au produit, et nous souhaitions apporter cette part de rêve à l'automobile, parce que, eh bien, ma foi, l'automobile, c'est un objet de rêve.
Well, I think he realized very quickly that a concept car can show the company's ambition, and it's really a communication tool. So he used this at its full force. And of course, if you're a new design director, what better way to start than with a new concept car?
And in 1990, after months of hard work, Patrick Lequémont and his team unveiled the Laguna Roadster, a two-seater with no roof or windscreen.
Nous souhaitions sortir un véhicule associé à la passion automobile. Il avait aussi cette volonté de montrer ce que pourrait être une voiture sportive pour Renault. On a vraiment utilisé un moteur de haute performance.
C'était un concept car qui en fait a annoncé une première orientation stylistique de la marque avec des formes douces.
C'est vraiment une voiture qui donne vraiment envie, c'est vraiment une voiture qui, moi, m'a fait rêver quand je l'ai vue pour de vrai au salon. Et c'est quelque chose qui reste, même si effectivement elle n'a jamais existé pour de vrai.
It was a fantastic statement of sculpture, of sensuality, and it harked back to some of the sporty roots of Renault, and it even had a little bit of a futuristic Alpine spirit in it. So it was really a fantastic way to start.